Yo, hip hop heist, man. What up? We back at it with another reaction. Drake's Iceman album has been delayed indefinitely, allegedly, according to the Ville. Shout out the Ville. Go follow them. They really bring dope articles for us to react to. This is Hip Hop Heist TV. We about to react, man. Hit that like and subscribe. Let's get right to it, man. We here. Drake's Iceman album has been delayed indefinitely. Let's go.
So it looks like Drake's Iceman album has been delayed indefinitely after posting all of these cryptic messages on Instagram, teasing Iceman on his Instagram story. It doesn't look like you're going to get the album anytime soon. I know that might be a shocker to some people, but on this channel, I have been saying constantly that I don't even think that Iceman is real. And the excuses that they're making for Drake don't even make sense at all. They are trying to claim that he's been working on Iceman, he's gone through different phases of the album, and all of this other stuff, but it doesn't really make sense. How can someone run through phases of an album and not even put out a single record? Not even one record for us to hear. Every single snippet that has been shared apparently isn't even part of the album. And I had said that previously. I really don't think that everything that people have been hearing for the past year has been something that was a part of the project. I think that's just things that he's worked on and decided to give people, or things that he's worked on and people got a hold of. But nobody believes for a second that those were a part of Iceman at all. Because how the hell are you going to get a hold of things that are supposed to be on an album that's not out yet? Unless you are just claiming that it is, because you don't have anything else to prove what you're trying to say. And Academics has been somebody that's been trying to push Iceman, or at least been trying to push the narrative that the album has been on the way, just for him to take his words back and say that Drake is not done yet, Drake has delayed it, and all of these other excuses, right? But the craziest excuse is for him to say that Drake had 3 versions of the album and he had to scrap each and every one of them because he decided to go back and fix it. That doesn't make sense. Go back and fix what? He hasn't dropped anything. There hasn't been one single from this Iceman album. That is enough for me to know that it's all just a myth, a legend. Iceman might as well be the abominable snowman, because we ain't never seen it. We ain't never seen it. But they want to expect us that he worked on the album 3 different times, but we don't get no end result. We don't get no single record. The only thing that we've seen are the things on Iceman episode 1, 2, and 3. And that really isn't much. But going based off what Academics is saying, he's claiming that he had to fix it, and all the stuff that we hear isn't going to be on the album. So what's the whole point of the episodes? But we're going to see exactly the excuses that Academics is making for Drake, so we'll check it out right now.
I think there's 3 versions of the cook-up, in my opinion, and the 3rd version of the cook-up came after he came off tour. That's after he told me, and that's the only update I ever said,
So the last time that Academics heard about anything was when Drake got off tour. If you don't know, the last tour that Drake did was the Anita Max Win tour. That's when he left Australia early. Another thing too, he left the tour early. And there was conversations of him talking about how he had writer's block. He had to go out and hang out with the people because he felt like he couldn't work on anything. I remember that, bro. I remember at that time, he said he wasn't even done with the album. So what are we even talking about? This is how I know it's an excuse. Because after that, he was still admitting that he wasn't done yet with anything.
When I was doing this episode shit, I had to really...
Real quick, I think, so I do believe that, time, when the times change, right, for an artist, the album could get shelved altogether, right? And if the artist doesn't feel like, because these records, we don't know what was on Iceman, if that is really, an album that he was going with at the time, right? When times change for an artist, sometimes they don't even want that shit out, and sometimes that might not, like Kendrick did him so bad that, I mean, in that rap battle, Kendrick did him just so, at public X, right? Public execution, right? Like, that's what that was. After all that, for sure we know he wants all that to die down, right? He's trying to Drake wants all that to die down, like, and then you drop your project, right? But to me, I do believe that if there is an Iceman, that shit ain't coming out till maybe 2027, right? I mean, I could see him teasing some records and whatnot, or not, or just not teasing records, but actually dropping some singles, some loosies, maybe for the summer, right? Drake's like a summertime artist. The club jams, right? Um, Again, like I also too, like it's possible that he's watching what Kendrick's like doing. Like he's scared, he's worried about what Kendrick's doing. Maybe not worried. I don't know him or his mind, how what he's thinking, but what I'm saying is Kendrick got so much hype that's bled over month after month after month after month from this battle. So to me, if Iceman or any next Drake album does come out, we ain't gonna see that. I don't believe that we're gonna see that until, possibly the end of this year, but maybe even till next year. I mean, if they're watching what Kendrick's doing, like Kendrick is just on a run, and the run just it's like it's a never-ending run. So to me, if Iceman does ever come out, we ain't seeing that for a minute. Doesn't mean we ain't seeing records that that are loosies that he's gonna drop. You know what I mean? Keep that streaming, all that going. But again, there's so much legal issues going on with him. I believe there's still some legal issues going on. I could be wrong on that, but you guys could put that in the comments. So I mean, yeah, like I agree with the Ville. If this ever does come out, it ain't coming out for a minute, or it might never even drop. He might have to work. He might be shopping new records. You know what I mean, to his A&Rs and because again, times change, right? And sometimes what worked 3 years ago is not going to work today. You get what I'm saying? So yeah, but let's keep going on this. Shout out to the Ville for the clip. We're going to keep breaking this down.
These things done and get in between me doing these shows in these different countries. It's pretty tough. Now I'm home, I'm locked in, I'm working. Now is work. I think that's like the last.
That is something similar to what Drake had said on the video. I think he was on a call with Aiden Ross or something, and he had said that he was working on it, but he had to go down and mingle with people to get out of the room because he felt like he had writer's block or something. But I get it. But to be honest, that doesn't mean that the project was even close to being done. It doesn't even sound like he was close to even doing the project in the first place.
Official cook-up to whatever the album is. So, Somebody said it's multiple.
Yeah, I think too. Yeah, because artists do multiple versions. I've worked with big artists in the industry that have had their whole project shelved, just because the label was like, nah, we need another this ain't it type of deal, right? So that's a possibility. I mean, he's not over the executives, right? He is still just the artist, and it's a business. So if he turns in a project that ain't it, it's possible that they could tell him do another one. Also, he could feel a way about it. Maybe, like I said, times change, just not in that same. Everything's strategic, so we can't think for 1 second that nothing is being thought out. You know what I mean? At this point, you get what I'm saying? But yeah, let's keep going.
I think it's just he's working on shit. I think he's working on shit. He probably has like a float list. Like, say he wants to do. I'm hoping.
Also, too, artists, they make some. They'll make some. It depends on each artist. Is different, but they make records. Sometimes they make 100 records. You know what I mean? And put 12 on there, put 10 on there, put 15, 20 on there. But he has to move very strategic now, because Kendrick just did him so. You know what I mean? It was wild at the battle. You feel me? So, and then the Super Bowl, and then all that, everything that's bled over. So yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure if Iceman will ever come out, but I don't think the people that got the records will ever see. Will be those records ain't gonna be on the Iceman album. That wouldn't make sense. It is possible because obviously any promotion is good promotion. So if you got leaking out records and all this stuff, but to me, like in my history of working with artists, I don't think what he has sent people is probably going to be on the final. Just because you can use those spots, those tracks or that empty track. That, you know, when you substitute on the track list, you can use that for a whole nother record that nobody's ever heard. But then again, promotion is promotion, and people, you know what I mean. Axe been playing these records. You know, other people have been playing them. We've been reacting to them. We reacted to his episodes, the Drake episodes. But again, nothing sticks until it's finalized. Nothing is final. Boom. That's it. Until it's finalized, nothing is final. Like, you know what I mean? Until it's on the platforms, it's not. Anything could happen last minute. So, yeah, we about to get out of here, man. But let me know in the comments what you think. Yeah, I mean, straight up, like DeVille said it. You think that Iceman's coming out or not? You know what I mean? And shout out DeVille. It said JV from DeVille. Appreciate bro making these clips. We reacted to a couple of his so far, and yeah, man, that's on point. And yeah, man, straight up appreciate all the work. Let's get right to it, man. This is Hip Hop Heist TV. We about to get out of here, man. Be happy, be healthy, do what you got to do to survive. Like Pac said, also, man, be of service, help somebody out today. Like that's the real reason we here on this earth, is to be of service, man. So yeah, with that being said, we out, peace.
25 songs. I really hope